Today we're going to do a lesson on how to drive in traffic. So I'm going to show you inside view. We are getting ready to go pick up the client. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my seatbelt. You always put on your seatbelt first. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. Then you're going to adjust your seat. I'm like 6'4", almost 6'5", so I have my seat down low, and I want to have my arm slightly bent. Okay, that's really important. Next, I'm going to put my foot, and I've adjusted my mirrors. I center my rear mirror so I can see the back. So I look up, I can see the side mirrors. I have those adjusted. I bring it in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start the car. Hey, Jackson, how are you? Thank you for the support. You're awesome. Really appreciate you. So I've started the vehicle. This is still an inside view. I'm gonna turn on the rear defroster because it's getting cold here in North America. So you're actually gonna see me back up. I'm at a fourth of a tank, that's good. So I'm gonna put it in reverse. This has the safe feature, you'll hear going gear. And then I start backing. Okay, I'm taking my time. And I'm looking around as I back up. You must look out as you back up. And I'm gonna turn the wheel to the left. The rear will go to the left. You see me looking around. And then I turn on the rear wipers, the front end. I'm gonna go ahead and switch views now. Stay with me. Okay, outside view. And I wanna be mindful of kids in the area. I'm blessed to help you. I really want you to, get your license and get everything you deserve, need, and deserve. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull over to the side a second. I wanna make sure everything is good. And whenever you're out driving, you want to make sure you're ready, mentally ready, because you're going to see a lot of rush hour traffic. So I want to be ready for the opportunity to drive safely and do my best. And that is really, really important. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The sun is a big hazard in the morning, so you have to be mindful of that and be aware. And we don't know how it's going to be on the expressway, but I'm going to take you there today. So I'll turn on my left turn signal. I'm going to come up and stop. Some of the most basic things are so important. So I had a complete stop. I look left, right, left, and then I come up. And then I turn hand over hand. There's more than one way to turn the steering wheel. There's hand over hand, hand to hand, where you let the wheel spin. I'm at about 20 miles an hour through the neighborhood. Great place to take beginning drivers. A lot of stop signs, a lot of yield signs. I have another stop. So I had a complete stop for 3 seconds. It means so much. Had a complete stop. You look left and right. And then I accelerate through the turn really easily and smoothly, and then I turn out. I'm scanning, and here's another turn. I will also continue to do these type of tutorials to get you guys ready, because that's what I do. I'm a state certified driving instructor, if you didn't know. And then I turn hand over hand into the turn, and then I turn out. Use the cracks in the road to help you stay straight. I look left and right. Intersections are the most dangerous. And I'm staying to the right. We're in North America. Turn on my right turn signal. And I come up and stop. This is another one of the training cars that we have for clients. So I'm coming up, I'm looking, and then I go into the nearest lane. Man, that sun is crazy. And then I'm gonna get over one lane to the left, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. So what I need to do is get in the middle lane before the light, because I have to make a left. So I'm gonna get in just before the line is broken, because remember, you're going to be tested and evaluated by your instructor. That's me. I'm going up to the edge, I'm checking everything, and I have a yellow, so I have to yield to traffic. And a lot of people make the mistake of going in the wrong lane to the left. That is the do not enter, the wrong side of the expressway. So you got to know what you're doing. I'm going to move forward. And I proceed. I don't know if you guys saw that there was a truck without headlights on, really hard to see. This is a cloverleaf, not the cloverleaf that you pick outside, but a really curvy turn. So you got to go slow in this or you're going to crash. And I'm at about 35 and I'm holding this wheel tightly. Okay, I'm going to show you a merge. This car moves better than our other driver's head car. So it's a nice little merge in the first lane. I think it's got a 8-speed transmission. Get over one lane to the left, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Remember I told you this car pulls because we have a little incident. A client hit the curb, so it pulls to the right. So I'm looking at traffic, I see brake lights, so I'm slowing down. Don't want to hit the brakes hard. If I punch the brakes, I'll get rear-ended. Squeeze the brakes with the ball of your foot. You guys let me know where you're from. I'm very happy to serve all of you. I have a lot of people in the UK, Morocco, Australia, the United States. Tell me where you're from so I can better serve you. So, hey, how are you? We're talking about how to drive in traffic. Hello, how are you? And you want to keep with the flow of the traffic. Don't hang around by this semi truck. A lot of beginners are like scared. They're like, hang out here like, no, don't do that. Keep going. I'm maintaining good speed. How am I staying straight? I'm looking ahead at this vehicle. I'm holding my wheels. And as the road turns, I have to turn real easily. 17 years old. This is a great tutorial for you. Maybe get a real life view. Nothing 10 to 15 years ago. You're going to get a real life view of what is traffic doing today. And then I go live as I go home, so you see rush hour traffic. And then I go through neighborhoods. I do parallel park. So if you look at this video and subscribe and turn on your notification, you're going to really be prepared to drive. So I'm going to make a lane change to the left, so it's mirror. I look over my shoulder, turn signal, and I slide over. And then once you're into the lane, you can see. Look at this traffic. It's crazy. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of cars. So first you got to calm down. Right? What is that song? Selena Gomez, Calm Down. And then you got to relax, because if I start gripping the wheel, I'm gonna be all over the road. So I'm just gonna stay chill, stay smooth, and just relax. So we have this yellow line to the left. This is the warning line to the left. It's always yellow. And then because we're in North America, we drive on the right side of the road. And I want to make sure that I'm centered in my lane. I'm using my mirrors to help me stay centered. I'm making small steering adjustments. Now I'm squeezing my brakes. You see those lights pop on? I don't want to punch my brakes hard. And I just checked my rear mirror. So this tells me it's a lot of stop and go. I lost about 15 to 18 miles an hour. And now I'm back up to speed. You gotta pay mental attention. I can't lie, I was a little tired this morning. I had to drive to almost 11 last night with some clients, some students, and I'm getting like 5.5, 6.5 hours of sleep. So I'm dragging a little bit, but I really am passionate about teaching people how to drive, and I'm being careful. And I'm squeezing my brakes again because there's a lot of traffic. There's a black truck, a F-150 Ford Ford 150 tailgating me. So I'm trying to control my speed, and if you were driving, I would say maintain good speed. Don't tailgate. And you can hear the sound of the tires. You need to become one with your vehicle. I took some clients on last night on this interstate, and they were kind of hugging the right or hugging the left. You got to relax your grip, and you're going to see these curves. They're crazy. And the benefit of looking at this, you get real-time live driving lessons input from an instructor, and you can say, you know what, from my uncle, driving with Myles, you're going to learn a lot. So I'm cruising at about 70, and everything's good so far, but I don't want to tailgate. And you see cars not using blinkers, to car to the left, they just drifted in the lane. That's one of the biggest dangers. That's the erratic lane. You see them going back to the left. So the middle lane or the left lane, I like to see my beginners in once you feel comfortable. When you first start, you're going to be on the right. That's the slow lane. You'll be a little bit tense. It upset at me, but you're going to learn how to drive with the flow. And I want to speak on what it takes to be a good instructor, right? Good instructors are patient. Stay away from semi-trucks. They're calm. They tell you in advance what you need to do. They have a great sense of humor. You know me, I have a great sense of humor. I enjoy teaching and helping people get better. Now, look, if you're on this curve with me, I would tell you turn really easy. Don't wiggle back and forth. Like a lot of you would see this truck. If I look at the truck, I'm going to drift toward it. So I want to continue. There are 4 blind spots: left side, right side, front, and back. So you need to visualize yourself with me. Drive. And I maintain a good speed. You felt the car kind of catch a little bit of air. It's really bouncy here in this part of the country. And I'm looking ahead. Traffic's moving pretty good. The truck behind me is still riding my back bumper a little bit, so I'm trying to ignore them, but you are aware of them. And it does make you a little bit tense. I am squeezing the wheel a little bit because I don't want to lose control on the curve. Me too, I feel you. No matter how old you are, young you are, you got to control this vehicle. This is a 2023 Trailblazer. Got a lot of good safety features, but you still got to know how to drive it. And it does help. So now I'm squeezing my brakes. Within 2 or 3 microseconds, you can see how traffic slows down. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to rear end someone, but they're going to rear end you. Then I want to speak on the person like riding my butt. It makes you angry because they're taking your space and not allowing you to drive comfortably. And that's what triggers people for road rage. So there was an incident yesterday. A person lost their life because it was a road rage incident. And so a lot of younger drivers and people in general, it was a wrong way crash less than a week ago. Person got injured. So I'm taking my time. There's a lot of traffic. And whenever you get to your job or school, you get there. I'm on time. You know, what type of person are you early? Are you late? Are you on time? Tell me in the comments. I'm on time. Sometimes I'm a little late, but I'm on time. So I'm smoothing the curve. I'm looking ahead, but I'm squeezing my brakes again. Late person. I feel you. I was really tired this morning, but I got up. You got to kick yourself. You got to get up. Now, in a real life situation, the car is, low on fuel. I didn't have time to get gas, but you have to make those decisions. And I did not know I would be driving this for the client. Normally, I drive another vehicle. My mom was on time. My dad was on time too. So, yeah, but sometimes we're opposite of our parents. You feel me? So our speed is good. I'm lifting my foot again because I see all these brake lights. And sometimes I think people tailgate you or ride your butt deliberately to try to make you move. But I'm entitled to all 3 lanes, and I'm going to squeeze my brake early because we're actually going on a downhill decline. So you'll carry more speed. And I'm trying to keep this space. So if you're with me, I'll say, hey, keep your space. You're doing a great job. You should be scanning all lanes of traffic. Like this other black car ahead of us should be picking it up. They're kind of holding up the flow. The biggest thing to remember about driving is go with the flow and be a defensive driver. Because a lot of beginners either go, real talk, you're going to go 10 under, 15 under and anger people. Or you're going to go, most of the time, the drivers that I've seen over 23 years, they go slow. I had a young lady who had, her mother had a Mustang, a manual, drag radial, supercharger. She was driving like 60 in the neighborhood. I said, young lady, you need to slow. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I get it from my mom. I said, it's okay, but you can't drive that fast. Really one of my nicest drivers, but she was driving really fast. So right now I'm at about 60. So imagine going this speed in the neighborhood. I pulled her over and said, hey, young lady, you can't do that. You're gonna put me in danger. And you gotta remind your drivers, you don't mean to do that. And that's why it's important that you got a sense of humor. You know, you can tell them my voice, I'm like your uncle, I got a good sense of humor. I'll laugh with you, I'll support you, but I want you to learn also. Like in this traffic, I'm not trying to go 80 or 90. I'll hit someone, they're rearing me, and I'll flip over. It's not worth it. I'm cruising about 68 miles an hour. The black F-150 is still riding me, but I'm gonna focus. See, I'm looking at cars kind of pop over the white truck, which you saw, and I'm lifting my foot, keeping room. I think it's important that you get in this type of traffic, but this should not be your first drive because you're gonna be overwhelmed. You're gonna just shut down. So I try to show students some of my videos to say, hey, here's what your traffic is gonna be like. Here's your traffic scene. What is the driving environment? You got cars reaching on, you got a hazardous material carrier, a semi-truck, you got a driver tailgating us. It's in the morning, our fuel is less than a fourth of the tank. You understand, all these things are adding up, and they make you drive a little aggressive or a little slow or a little reckless. You've got to just kind of tell yourself calm down in a mental sense, and it's hard. So things are going good. You can see the flow opening up a little bit. And if all three lanes are full, I still have a right to drive in this lane, and I'm going to do that because I want you to feel this is real. This is not some beat roll from some social media stuff. This is real. And you're going to see people cut off, tailgate, drive aggressive, no blinker, lose their mind. And that's what you need to see out here is real life, so you know. So what am I doing? I'm off my gas. I could be tailgating this little gray car and making it go fast, but the person behind me would go faster and then hit me. So I'm driving to have room. I call it have good speed, have good space, and a smile. So things are going good, moving pretty nice. But the deeper we go into the metro area, Chicagoland, the more high volume traffic we're going to have. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Thank God there's another car behind me with that kind of cut off the black 1500, so I don't have to worry about them like aggressively tailgating me. It's like a popping a pimple, a cloud lifted off of you. Because me as your instructor, my job is to protect you, to give you support. Now, if you were driving now, I would say you got to keep your speed up because if you go slow, I'm gonna have to put you over to the middle right lane, and you're like, okay. So most people are driving with decent space. The sun is not that bad. My fuel, we're almost so E. But I knew this because the other instructor didn't fill up the vehicle. So I'm gonna have to talk to him about this. But you gotta have your vehicle prepped and ready because who are we kidding? You're tired. I even get my coffee this morning. So I'm a little irritable. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta take your time and be easy on the curve. And I'm looking ahead. And don't tailgate. All these bigger vehicles, they have a right. They're staying in the middle. And I'm just taking my time, being smooth. try not to be aggressive. Leaving room, and the vehicle behind me, I do have a GoPro on, and I'm gonna get this video. I have some really good videos. I gotta get them out to you guys, and you can look at the inside view as well as the front view, and it's really gonna help you. So I'm gonna get, I'm squeezing the way. I'm gonna get over one lane to the right, mirror, turn signal, blind spot, and you can see all this traffic getting ready to slow down in the traffic scene. All these lights are on, so I'm squeezing my brake. Get over one more lane to the right. Get over early. Use your blinker early and often. It costs you nothing, and it really saves your life. So I'm scanning. I'm keeping space. Could be a broken down car accident. And we saw someone walking on the expressway. I mean, like walking. So I don't know if their car broke down. But hey, I am your instructor. I'm your virtual instructor. And I've just been so tired because we started back up in the lab. I need to go live so then you guys can ask me questions on YouTube and other media. So you'll be able to ask me questions, and we're gonna roll by something so you can ask me questions. So when you see that gray car? See, it's cut me off, bro. Okay, people don't care. That's that big body Audi turbo. So you can't get angry, because people will just cut you off, and you just gonna have to be angry sometime. So I'm chilled. It does get a little stressful. I'm not gonna lie. You can tell by my voice and the traffic scene. So I'm on a service drive. I see the white car, but I'm focused on me. And then this afternoon, I'll go live again, and you're gonna see even more heavy volume of traffic. So I'm turning on my left turn signal. I gotta go through this crossover. But I try to show you what you need to do. Okay, your feet. You want to keep your heel. Okay, we're driving an automatic. You want to keep your heel on the floor. You want to pivot your right foot between the gas and brake. That's a great question. Don't lift your foot and punch the brake or gas, because you'll be really jerky. So I got to have a complete stop for 3 seconds. I see the blinker, so I'm looking. You'll see these cars come across my face. I'm just looking, taking my time. And then here's my gap, and then I turn, and you want to go in the nearest lane. So it's 30 here, I'm about 27. And this is an area I would take you to, say they barely even stop. And I'm scanning, so we got some warning signs, school zone. So you need to know this. And if you don't, you're gonna end up failing your driving test. You got to complete stop for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, and then roll forward. Guys and ladies, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments. I will go live later. I appreciate you. Bye.